So today I'm going to be talking about diet. Now obviously when you're trying to lose weight and get fit, exercise is very important. Your diet is also very important. Now my last video I talked about BMR and BMI. So BMR is your basal metabolic rate. This is how many calories your body burns just existing. So you do need a certain level of calories to survive. So the diet that I have, it's nothing fancy, but it's around 1,200 to 1,500 calories because I think you want to keep it around 1,500 or just under, because if you go under 1,000 calories, it's not enough. It's not enough. So I don't do anything fancy. I don't make gourmet, nutritious meals with exotic ingredients that I've never heard of. It's just not me. It's not realistic. I eat real food. It's just about portion control and making smart choices. So I'm going to go through, because I've been counting calories for years, or I was, until I stopped during the pandemic because I just didn't want to anymore, because I wanted to cheat and just have anything and not account for it. So now that I'm doing this again, I am used to this. But for people that aren't used to counting calories, it might seem like a lot to have to go through, but really if you just track what you're eating and keep track of the calories, it's easier to know what you're taking in. Basically, to lose 1 pound, you need to cut 3,500 calories. Now that sounds like a lot. Obviously you can't cut that in one day. But if you cut 500 calories a day for a week, that's 3,500, right? So to cut 500 calories, that means you're eating a little bit less and also exercising more. So when you exercise, you get to deduct the calories burned from your total. So anyways, I'm going to go through like a sample weekly meal plan, and they're real meals, like this is real food, nothing fancy, and just show you what I'm eating so you have some idea. Because I think if a diet is too difficult or too restrictive, you won't stick to it. So in the past, there were like fad diets, like I remember the grapefruit diet, like you eat nothing but grapefruit, I don't know for how long. Obviously something like that is not sustainable. You can't live like that. So at one point, I was dating someone. He was basically living with me for 4 years, and he was a very bad influence. He was overweight, and when I was with him, I became quite overweight. Like that was my heaviest period, other than being pregnant and now the pandemic. He would do things like, okay, so we worked different shifts, so I would get dinner, like either I'd grab something before I got home, or I'd make something when I got in. So I would have already had my dinner. He'd come in later and he'd be hungry and he wouldn't want whatever I had made or whatever. He'd say, I'm gonna order a pizza. Well, how do you say no to pizza when you smell it and everything? So obviously then I would have the pizza too. So now I've had 2 meals, and then the snacking at night, like all the salty foods and the desserts. Like he would say, oh, let's go for ice cream. Well, how do you say no to ice cream? You don't, okay? So this is how I kept packing on the pounds. So then at one point he realized, like, if you have a beer belly, it's very dangerous. To carry weight in your middle is the most dangerous place to carry it. It's hard on your heart and everything. So he decided we were gonna get healthy, and he looked into the Atkins diet, and he got me to go on it too. Well, it was horrible. I hated it. Okay. So it was all you could have was protein and fat. So you could have an entire pack of bacon for breakfast if you wanted. You could have bacon and eggs and have a big juicy steak, whatever, but no carbs, like not even vegetables. Okay, I'm all about carbs, so I was hurting on this diet. Now I did lose a few pounds, but I almost like lost my life because I was having fainting spells. I didn't feel right, I was dizzy, it was awful, it was just awful. So I went off of it. I lost a few pounds, but he stayed on it. He did lose 17 pounds, mind you, but he gained it all back and then some, because it was not sustainable. And if you're on a really difficult diet, you will, when you come off of it and you start having normal food again, there's too much temptation to just gorge yourself on all the things you've been missing. So I think a more realistic diet is balanced. Just have the foods you love, but have less of them. Try to cut out the junk food as much as you can. Have more fruits and vegetables, have more water, but it needs to be livable. It needs to be like a lifestyle change that you can sustain. because if it's something that's too drastic, even if you do burn off those pounds, you know, they're gonna come back and they're gonna come back double. So you're better off trying to find a diet that you can live with. And that doesn't mean you can never have your favorite food again. You can. You know, maybe you have a cheat day. Even some of the experts are saying, like, they recommend having one cheat day a week. Doesn't mean you go so crazy that you have 5,000 calories, but you know, you have one day where, you know, yeah, maybe I do want to get fast food. Maybe I do want to, you know, have that pizza or burger or whatever. Okay, so sample breakfast, Slim Fast Shake. It's 190 calories with skim milk, a little bit higher if you're going to use 2% milk, whatever. But it's got 20 grams of protein and all kinds of vitamins, potassium, calcium, iron, vitamin A, C, D, E, K, thiamine, riboflavin, niacin, vitamin B6, B12, folate, vitamin, anyway, get the idea. So a lot of good things, so that's good to have as a meal replacement. For lunch, grilled cheese. Now, it doesn't sound very healthy, I know. It's probably not that healthy, but it's really not that many calories if you think about it. So you're looking at bread, 2 slices of bread, 190 calories. I mean, I round it up usually to 200 because other breads are like 200 for 2 slices. And by the time you put butter on it and everything. So say it's 200 calories for the bread. And I cut the crust off, so it's probably even less than that. Cheese, I just use 1 slice. This one has 80 calories. Now bread, they say you're not supposed to have white bread, that it's not that healthy, that you should have whole grain bread or wheat bread. But we hate whole grain and wheat bread. Michelle and I have tried it, we just don't like it. So we have regular bread, but you know what? It's not the end of the world. It's 200 calories. We don't have it too often. We also have, another thing I'll have for lunch is I'll have a sandwich in a wrap instead of bread. These mini tortillas, they're small, and they only have 45 calories each, so 90 calories if you have 2 of them. So you can make 2 wraps with that. For these tortillas, regular size, like medium size, they have 150 for 2, so 75 calories each. Spaghetti for dinner. I love spaghetti. I'm Italian, so I can't live without spaghetti. So I love my carbs. So about 600 calories by the time you account for the pasta and the sauce and cheese and everything. What I do now, I started getting lean ground chicken instead of ground beef because in sauce you can't really tell the difference. So I figured it's healthier than red meat and less fat. So what I do is I get a pound of lean ground chicken and I'll fry it up, I'll brown it, and then I'll use half in the spaghetti sauce and I'll save the other half and then have tacos on Tuesday for Taco Tuesday. And really in the sauce and in the tacos, like when you put the sauce on, you really can't tell the difference from ground beef, and it's healthier. So that's what I've been doing. The tacos, I use this Old El Paso with 30% less sodium, and it's only 15 calories. So day 2, bacon and eggs, pea meal bacon and scrambled eggs. Doesn't sound very healthy, but really there's small pieces of pea meal bacon and a scrambled egg. Like, it's really not that much, just a couple hundred calories, and it fills you up and a lot of protein. Okay, I don't have the box because I throw the boxes out so I can fit them all in the freezer, but I love Eggo waffles. Now, of course, not very healthy, but as a breakfast, 2 waffles, 180 calories. I round it up to 200 because by the time you put some butter on there and syrup, it's probably at least 200. But that's a breakfast, and it's a treat, you know, once a week, sure. Another thing I'll do is, some people might think, you know, you can't have things like hot dogs and hamburgers, that's too unhealthy. Well, really, I mean, it's not the best food in the world, but it's delicious, and I get chicken wieners, so they're a little bit more healthy, and burgers, like a healthier burger that's lower calories, so it's not too bad. And if you don't have it in bread or a bun, just have it on a plate, and you have the condiments on. I still enjoy it, so I have like a hot dog cut up on a plate, or I have it in a one of the small wraps, and the burger just on a plate, or have it in like a thin, have it in a wrap, or you can get thin buns. I don't have them right now, but I'll show you the hot dogs and the burgers. So Maple Lodge original chicken wieners, and they have 80 calories, so not bad. So I usually have 2, so 160 calories, not that bad, right? Lasagna, yeah, I'm not making it from scratch. It's just so much easier this way. But 360 calories for a quarter of the tray, that's not bad. For burgers, I get these Blue Menu lean beef burgers, and they are 210 calories. So like, that's pretty good. And if you're not having it in a bun, that's great. Like, just have it with vegetables on the side, or have it in a low-calorie wrap or something. You can still have a burger. You can even have cheese on it. I do still treat myself to McDonald's once in a while. Like, this is the other thing too, like, don't completely deprive yourself of this fast food and things that you love. Once in a blue moon, you know, once in a while as a treat. And I know off the top of my head, a Big Mac has 540 calories. But that's okay, as long as it's once in a while, and the fries are $2.50. McDonald's fries are to die for. But yeah, you can still have treats once in a while. Don't feel completely deprived, but you know what? It's better. Have your burger at home, 200 calories. Salmon. I love mustard dill salmon and asparagus, one of my favorite meals, and rice. And salmon has only 80 calories per fillet, so pretty good and healthy, and omega-3 fatty acids for your brain. And speaking of mustard, I love mustard. Put it on everything: hot dogs, burgers, salmon, everything. And did you know that mustard has 0 calories? 0. So all that flavor, no calories. So if you want to smother something in mustard, you go right ahead. Now, as far as snacks throughout the day, so if between breakfast and lunch, or between lunch and dinner, or, you know, God forbid, in the evening after dinner, if you are hungry for a snack, now this is when you can get into trouble. So have healthy snacks on hand. Fruits and vegetables are the best. Vegetables, you can basically eat as much as you want, because vegetables, like, take celery, for instance. So vegetables are your friend. Vegetables, some people even call them negative calorie foods, because their calories are so low that you actually burn more calories while you're eating them than they have. So say this has like 3 calories and you're burning 5 or 10 just eating it. So now, I get it, they're vegetables and they may not be appealing. What I do is I have a bit of dip, you know, to make them tolerable. So as long as you don't smother them in dip, to eat veggies and dip, that's a healthy snack. I call it 100 calories just for the dip alone. The vegetables themselves, you could have as much as you want. So yeah, broccoli, I don't like broccoli cooked, but I don't mind it raw. Celery, I like with the dip. Celery, I actually love with roast chicken. Yeah, so celery is really good when it's cooked. Cucumbers with dip, obviously. So yeah, have vegetables and fruits, like so a banana, 100 calories. And all that potassium, and it's good for your heart and lowers your blood pressure. Apples, apple juice is really fattening, but an actual apple, only 80 calories, 80 to 100 calories, depending on the size of the apple. And so much fiber, so good for you, and it fills you up. This is a great snack to have. Like they have that saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Well, it's because it's so good for you, all that vitamin C and fiber, and it's gonna fill you up, so you're not gonna be eating more unhealthy things. So yeah, try to have good healthy snacks. Now for beverages, I'm trying to drink more water. Other than that, I have my Diet Dr. Pepper and Coke Zero, and they are 0 calories. So you don't want to be drinking your calories. 0 is good. And the Diet Dr. Pepper. I also found, like for fruit juice usually has a lot of sugar, actually more than pop. This, slim calories, it's only 10 calories, Sunripe, and it's a blueberry drink. Michelle really loves it, so, and that's only got 10 calories. So yeah, I try not to drink my calories. Now milk, of course, milk has 100 to 200 calories, but that's healthy. It's calcium, it's protein, it's worth it. But I consider that a snack during the day. So, for example, this Fairlife milk is absolutely delicious, 2%, unfiltered, partially skimmed. It's lactose free, which I don't even know how it's possible. It's 50% less sugar, 50% more protein. It tastes absolutely delicious. It's like crazy good, and 150 calories per 250 mils. So I love this chocolate milk. It is so good. Oh my God. So it's ruined us for all other chocolate milks, but it's so good. But this is a treat. I consider this a treat or a snack. Like if I am craving chocolate, instead of having chocolate or cookies or something, I'll have a glass of this. It's so good. Now another drink that I consider a treat when I go out, okay, for example, driving burns 140 calories. So if I'm going to be, if you're driving for an hour. So if I am driving for an hour, I figure I deserve a treat, and I'll get myself an ice cap. A small ice cap made with milk has 150 calories. To me, it's worth it. I'm burning that in an hour anyway, just driving. Okay. So Michelle doesn't like spicy things, but I love like chicken curry and everything. These butter chicken, I love this. Butter chicken, PC Blue Menu, and it has 370 calories. So I mean, that's a quick meal, and I mean, I can always make something else for Michelle, macaroni and cheese, whatever. And yeah, so pizza, one of my all-time favorites. I love pizza. Now, if you order it all the time, it's very expensive, and it's also a lot of calories because it's so good you end up eating like almost the whole pizza. So it's much better to get like frozen pizza like this. So Ristorante pepperoni pizza, and then it's only 900 calories per pizza. So that's 450 calories for 2 slices. So you know what, it's not too bad. And it's even less than that probably because I don't eat the crust. Spice up your life. This is the great thing. Spices have 0 calories, nothing. So you can have oregano in your spaghetti, your potatoes, anything you want, and no calories. Turmeric, which is a powerful antioxidant, makes things spicy. I love it. As you can see, it's almost gone. Michelle doesn't like things spicy, so I don't put it on her stuff, but I can always put it on mine. Put it on everything. Lead us not into temptation. So one big rule when you're trying to lose weight is if it's going to tempt you, don't have it in the house. So I'm not buying chips anymore. I just do not buy them because it's too much temptation to eat a whole bag of chips, and no, that's too much salt and fat, and no. Desserts. I'm not buying bags of cookies and cupcakes and muffins. I'm just not. And we're not baking cookies. Now we might for Valentine's Day, okay? Special occasion, we might make a tray of brownies and cookies, and I'm going to try to restrain myself. But you know, the Christmas baking that happened, that's not going to be happening now. No temptation. If it's not in the house, you can't have it. So don't tempt yourself. That being said, you deserve a treat once in a while. Come on. Like, you're gonna have a dessert now and then. So things like, okay, this is gonna, these little fudgesicles, they're so cute. Fudge brownie milk chocolate Chapman's, they're delicious. Again, I don't have the box because I had to make room in the freezer, but so they have 140 calories. You know what? As a treat, once in a while for dessert, it's little. It's 140 calories, you know, and you can burn that off going for an hour-long drive or doing 1,000 steps on the step or something like that. So, you know, you've got to have some treats. And there's yogurt, frozen yogurt. Vanilla, Chapman's vanilla frozen yogurt tastes just like ice cream, but it's a bit healthier. 150 calories for 3/4 of a cup. So a little bit of ice cream. You know what? You got to treat yourself a little bit, because again, if you feel deprived, you're probably not going to stick to it. So you want to try to be realistic. Okay, so I don't buy chips anymore, but oh my God, I love this Smart Food movie night butter. It's to die for. It tastes like movie style popcorn. It's delicious. So yeah, we do have that as a treat. Now what I try to do is not finish the whole bag in one sitting. I try to just pour out half the bag, and that's what we're gonna have, Michelle and I, to share when we're watching a movie. It's got 280 calories for 3 cups. Now, if you're gonna go with a snack, popcorn is probably your best bet. It's better than chips or cheesies or anything like that. It's just got a lot less calories, especially if you get like microwave popcorn, the healthier ones that say lower salt and everything. It's much healthier, unless of course you melt some butter on it, which I never do. So yeah, overall, I'm not doing anything fancy. I'm just having regular meals and just watching my portion. Now for portion sizes, now they say that if you eat on a smaller plate, you'll eat less, but that doesn't really fool me, because what I would do if I have a small plate of food, I'll say, oh, that was so small, I can have another plate, and I'll go for seconds. So no, I'm still gonna eat off of a normal plate, but for each portion, like I'll show you an example of my chicken dinner, which is my favorite dinner of the week. Chicken takes up about this much, so a portion is like the size of your fist. So mashed potatoes, this big, chicken this big, broccoli, you know, a little bit of stuffing. And I still have gravy. Like my mom was trying to tell me, well, if you're trying to lose weight, you can't have salt, you can't have sugar, you can't have gravy, you can't have sauce. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have flavor on my food. So I'm going to have gravy. Whoop, this is falling out at me. Where's my gravy? Bisto, oh my God, I love this. But I only have it like once a week when I have my chicken dinner. Bisto gravy, it's freaking delicious. It's only got 15 calories per half tablespoon. So you know what? You're drizzling a little bit of gravy on your mashed potatoes and chicken, and that's gonna make your week. I think you can do that. I think you can justify that. So yeah, I'm still gonna have gravy on my potatoes. I'm still gonna have dip with my vegetables. I'm still gonna have sauce, dressing with my salad. You can have things to add flavor. And I mean, the spices that have no calories, even better. But yeah, don't deprive yourself to the point where food is bland and tasteless and you're miserable. Because what's gonna happen is you won't be able to stick to that. You're going to rebel. You're gonna end up going off the diet and then just off the rails and gorging yourself on junk food. You wanna try to make it livable. So that's what I'm trying to do too, even with the exercise. I'm not being too ambitious. Like I used to in the past, I would do like a 30-minute workout, even sometimes an hour-long workout. That's too much for me now. At my age, I'm like, no, I'm not feeling it. I would rather do a 10 to 15-minute workout that maybe is only gonna burn 150 calories as opposed to 300 calories. And things like wearing the pedometer. Now I haven't been moving around that much today. I've only done 500 steps so far, but and at least that, like, you're already wearing it, so you can just add like extra steps, just dancing around, go up the stairs a couple of extra times, and you can work that into your day. Because even just doing household chores burns some calories, but just keep moving, do as much as you can, but don't get carried. Don't feel like you have to do an hour-long workout, because that too, that's a deterrent. You're gonna say, oh, that's too hard, I can't do that. But can you make room for like a 4-minute Tabata workout? Can you make room for a 10-minute, on the stepper or whatever you have? Or going up and down the stairs for 5 minutes? Like, anything you do is better than nothing. And don't feel intimidated that, you have to be lifting weights for hours. No, like just do a little bit and work your way up to doing more. And it does start to become a habit, right? Like, I'm a creature of habit. I get into a rut sometimes and it's hard to get out of, but now fitness is becoming a habit, and now, I'm not even craving the junk food so much anymore, and I'm used to counting the calories again, and I'm used to exercising every day. I try to mix it up. I do different exercises each day, because before I used to just do Jillian Michaels every day, and it's like I would get to a point where I'd plateau and I'd get frustrated. So now I think mixing it up, you're using different muscles, you're doing different things, sometimes strength training, sometimes yoga, sometimes Tabata, the stepper, whatever. I'm going to share a Tabata workout with you that with exercises that I put together myself. So we'll see how that goes. It's probably not going to be pretty because it's going to look very silly with me, full throttle doing the Tabata. But anyways, yeah, I'm rambling. This is supposed to be about diet, but basically, yeah. So eat healthier, eat a little bit less, still have the foods that you love, just have less of them. Don't put yourself in danger by having tempting foods around. Drink a lot more water, have fruits and vegetables. So yeah, that's all I for now.
Oh, that looks good. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, that's perfect. I love it.